28, 10-8, 10-19. There's a fella, he's got a $10,000 warrant for his arrest. Got a tip that he's at a cabin in the Kasilof area. So myself and a couple other troops are going to head out and try to see if we can contact him.
Tonight, troopers aren't taking any chances.
The tip was have somebody in the back because he'll try to jump out, and he's known to have razors on him. We'll approach the cabin. But we want a couple people at the front door and one in the back to stop him if he does try to flee.
A quarter mile from the cabin, Trooper Simmons meets up with Troopers Jason Bohawk and Matt Ezel to get the full story on the suspect.
What's the warrant for? 10,000, but what's the underlying charge?
Robbery 1, theft 2, criminal mischief 3, and assault 4.
All right, so yeah, we'll just park down the road and black out and creep in. All right, I'll follow you in.
He blacks out his lights on approach. With miles of dark woods surrounding the house, troopers want to get the jump on their suspect.
So we'll creep up and see if we can see him moving inside or anything. Okay.
But just as they prepare to approach the house,
You can see the lights.
a vehicle comes barreling down the road.
State troopers!
Time to turn it off.
Turn the car off! Turn the vehicle off!
Thanks, guys. 21. Different 729. Where are you coming from?
I just came down the hill. Right here, my friends live up the hill, my hunting buddy.
It's not the man they're after, but he still draws Simmons' suspicion.
All right, how much have you had to drink tonight? I see your little shooters there. That's why I ask.
I just had a beer. I'm on my way home. I live right down the road.
Okay.
But that's not all he's got.
I've been out doing some coyote hunting. I had my Dewey when I was 19, like most good Alaskans. Am I okay to...
I don't know. We need to talk to you a little bit, okay? I don't want you going and hurting somebody.
Simmons doesn't want to compromise the mission, but he can't let the man drive away.
We have to go deal with this right now. Can you hang out here for a second?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I see those keys real quick?
You gotta be kidding.
Hey, sit
I
here and
haven't broken any law.
I don't know that you haven't, okay? We're going to come back and talk to you, okay?
Right then.
With a suspected drunk driver on ice, troopers resume their approach.
Slow down. Front's up there on the left. They're not going to be able to see out with the lights on inside, but we should be able to see everything. Okay, so we'll creep around the back.
Simmons covers the rear in case the man tries to bolt.
8-10-4.
Troopers Bohawk and Ezel approach the front door.
State trooper! State trooper!
I don't see any movement up there. There's lights on, like row lights, but that's it.
No one's home, so troopers head back to deal with the suspected drunk driver.
Can you step out here and talk to me real quick? When's the last time you drank?
I just had a beer with my buddy up the hill here.
Okay, and who's that? Who's all there right now?
Just
And who else?
no one else, sir.
Okay. Have you had any of that stuff since driving tonight?
No, sir.
No?
You can see. Oh, that looks really great.
That's what I noticed earlier, and that's what brings us to this conversation.
Can I
okay?
tell you?
On a scale of 0 to 10, where do you think you're at? 10 being fallen down drunk, 0 being sober.
Oh, give me a 1.
So in the last 24 hours, how much have you had to drink?
Well, I don't think that much matters.
Well, let's step right up here in front of the truck, okay?
Simmons finds an open spot of road
Raise that foot 6 to 8 inches off the ground.
and administers a field sobriety test.
1005, 1006, 1007. It's kind of slippery here.
Okay, this is the next test we have. Take a breath and blow. Blow. You don't play games here, guy. Just take a breath and blow. Why are you playing games with this? You think you're gonna fool this thing? Okay, a little kid could do this. We see all the tricks in the book, and I've been doing this, going on 13 years, so I've seen it all. He was putting his tongue on it, blowing, but nothing was coming out. Harder than that, harder than that. And at that point, the decision to arrest is already made. All right. At this point, you are going to be placed under arrest for DUI, okay? Put your hands right behind your back for me.
They charge him with DUI and misconduct involving a weapon. If convicted, he could face up to 90 days suspended license, over $11,000 in fines, and more than a year in jail.
I mean, we got to be fluid. I had to think on my toes there. Was it the right decision to take his keys and go back up the other troopers? I think so. You got to think outside the box.
Troopers still want the suspect they originally came for. So the next night, they go back for round 2 and head back to the cabin.
Sold out, mate. 10-18-24.
This time, someone's home.
See movement up there.
State troopers! Open the door. State troopers!
Careful, he'll bite you. Joe, be quiet. No.
Who else is here?
Hey,
10-16-21 is 1080.
It's the robbery and assault suspect.
Nope. Are you sure your name's? Yep. Name's not? Nope. Are you sure? Yep.
But when questioned, he gives a different name. Troopers decide to check with the family.
Who is this?
No go.
Hey, let's step outside real quick.
But Simmons isn't buying it.
All right, here's the deal, okay? We already have your picture, all right? If they're saying you're somebody else and you're not, then they're going to go to jail too, okay? We don't want to get anybody else in trouble here. All right, so do you want to keep them from getting in trouble?
They won't get in no trouble.
Well, it's hindering prosecution. If you have a warrant and they lie to us about who you are, then they get in trouble. We don't want to play dumb here. You know what I'm saying, man?
I got nothing to say.
Okay. When, he shut down, it pretty much, okay, now we know who we got. Because if I'm really and you're saying I'm and you're taking me to jail, I'm going to fight. And then the family backed it up.
He was lying to us.
You're going to be booked in on the warrants and the false information, okay?
Yeah. Like that. Is it already first one cigarette before we go, please?
No.
They arrest a man on $11,000 worth of outstanding warrants and also charge him with giving false information to police.
Why'd you lie to me in there? I got nothing to say.
If convicted, he faces a maximum of $330,000 in additional fines and up to 30 years in prison. 320 miles north, on the streets of Fairbanks,
Fairbanks 2033. I'm going to divert back to the Parks Highway. A lady left her van running outside of her house, which is pretty common around here. People warm their things up for a long time, and she came out and it was gone. We're out looking for it now. Not a whole lot of cars on the road.
Fairbanks' empty streets give the joyrider few places to hide, but more space to flee.
When we try to stop a person in a stolen vehicle, they're going to run. And in this case, it's icy. It's very icy out. We're going to check a couple areas and see if we can't find the vehicle.
But less than a mile from post,
Got it right here.
the stolen van drives right past him.
Westbound Davis. Failed yield. Hill Street. Failed yield.
Trooper Keenan Mulvaney is racing after an alleged stolen vehicle.
Speeds are 40, westbound, approaching Alston.
T-2's on Mitchell approaching.
I think he's looking for a spot to bail. We're approaching Davis. Let me see your hands. Both hands out the window. Both hands out the window. Don't move. Turn the car off with the right hand, please. Throw your keys out the window. 33, I've got him stopped. Keys are out the window. Doing a felony stop, waiting for other units. Don't move, okay, partner? All right, I'm gonna give him commands. Take him to custody, okay? Driver, when I tell you to open the door with your right hand and step out, do not face me. Do it now. Open the door and step out. Do it now. Step out of the vehicle. Don't face me. Stop. Walk backwards. Walk backwards. Take him. Hands out. Hands out. I got him. have any weapons on you? Do you have any weapons on you?
The man won't answer. Troopers suspect this isn't his first run-in with the law.
Who comes out and gets in a prone position like that? Like, he's done this before. He knew the drill. He actually proned himself out, which is pretty uncommon. Did we get any ID?
His answer to, does he understand his rights, is what's an attorney.
Okay. What's your name, partner?
What's your name, partner?
Trooper Mulvaney.
Partner?
Trooper Mulvaney, what's your name?
You know me?
What's your name?
I have really nothing to say to you guys.
I'm not sure if he's on drugs. He's kind of acting weird. Not talking. We're listing him as John Doe until somebody can recognize him where he identifies himself.
But they soon discover the man's true identity and reveal his lengthy rap sheet, including assault and theft.
We got really lucky. We'd just been driving around going back to the trooper post, and the last intersection before the trooper post, here he comes. He turns right in front of us. No seatbelt, just driving. You'd be surprised how many people do illegal things right in front of the trooper post.
They tack on vehicle theft, failure to stop, and driving while revoked. If convicted, he could face up to $30,000 in fines and 3 years in jail. Outside the city limits, near the small town of Nenana,
Try to get by him here.
Trooper Chris Bitts fights rush hour traffic on the busy Parks Highway.
These things will jump right out in the road in front of you. They don't have much common sense.
Nestled beside Denali's 6 million acres of wild land, this one ribbon of road connects Alaskans to the untamed landscapes and bountiful wildlife.
Well, we've got Denali National Park, which is basically everything you can see off to the left side of the car. You know, there's all sorts of fishing and hunting opportunities along the Parks Highway here. Right now, it's wintertime, things are slower, but, you know, summertime, the tourists are driving this road between Anchorage and Fairbanks, exploring Alaska.
But back in town, this careful balance of man and nature is coming to a head.
Behind any frame in regards to a link that has just killed a dog.
10-4, is he behind the A-frame currently?
Negative, he is en route.
10-4, I'll head over that way as well. Okay, we just got a report that a lynx killed a dog over here behind the gas station. That is a first. It's probably a desperate animal that's willing to do whatever it needs to do to get food.
A skilled hunter, these 40-plus pound cats make use of hearing and eyesight so strong they can detect a mouse at 250 feet away.
Lynx are generally a solitary animal. They live back in the willows and hunt bunnies. However, the snowshoe hare population this year is bottomed out. There's very few around, so they're hungry.
Hungry and dangerous.
You know, this is right in the middle of town. We got little kids that run around and play back here. So an animal that's this brave, they'll take advantage of whatever they can. Fairbanks 64, I'm 1023 behind the A-frame. Temple. Huh?
Still alive.
Is it? Oh, good.
Let's crash.
Hey, buddy.
It's okay.
The victim miraculously survives the attack.
What I could tell, just looked like he had superficial wounds to the head.
Because he wasn't even moving when I got here.
I'm sure he was scared stiff.
Is there a vet or anybody anywhere in town we can?
No.
Closest is Fairbanks.
But another family pet wasn't so lucky.
And that's a dead rabbit. Yeah, it's definitely a domesticated rabbit of some sort.
But no sign of the lynx.
How you doing? Chris Bitts, nice to meet you.
Local volunteer fire chief Joseph Furness was first on scene.
The only reason I came out is because the lynx attacking somebody's stuff in their yard in daylight, and it's still there when they show up.
Yeah.
That's an issue.
No, I agree with you 100%. It sounded like it wasn't wanting to run away from people, so it's definitely a safety hazard.
So Bitts and Chief Furness take off to hunt down the hostile cat.
The lynx happened to be right in the middle of the village of Nenana. Children use that trail to go to and from school. In a community like this, you got to think about the safety of people, especially the children. A lynx that size is fully capable of taking down a small child. They're a predator.
Stand over here by the courthouse.
10-4, I'm pulling in there now. Gunshots.
Trooper Christopher Bitts is on the hunt for a lynx terrorizing the small central town of Nenana.
In a community like this, you got to think about the safety of people. A lynx that size is fully capable of taking down a small child. They're a predator. gunshots.
There's links out here, dude. Where?
Come up behind you, Joe.
Man, that's weird. Really weird for a lynx. They're usually really timid.
Yeah, it didn't even make any attempt to flee. I pulled my first shot low just to make it go away, and it just looked at me. And it stood up and started walking towards me. And that's when Officer Harville's like, "This thing's gonna attack you." I said, "All right, well, we'll have to go the other route then."
Okay. So here's its dew claw right there. They'll use that for tripping up bunnies or animals they're attacking. And its other claws, you can see, I mean, they're formidable. It's certainly not a huge animal by Alaska standards, but it certainly can be a dangerous animal. Lynx this size is probably capable of taking down a small caribou. I've actually seen photos of where it's happened. I've heard stories of them actually stalking people, trappers. I haven't seen it personally, but I've heard those stories. So people and animals cross and they're not willing to give up. It's unfortunate, but it does have to happen occasionally.
But this lynx won't go to waste. They hand it over to Village Public Safety Officer Wheel, who will salvage the hide for his family.
Thanks for coming out, Joe. No problem. That's not an everyday type of call. This is a first. I've never responded to anything like this in 6.5 years as a trooper. It's interesting. You never know what you're going to get out in Alaska.
From the untamed wilds of central Alaska to the roadways of the Matsu Valley, darkness descends on the city of Wasilla.
28, 1036.
And Trooper Darren Cooper gets a call about possible drug activity just outside town.
We received a report that a Ford F-150 was parked here on the road with multiple occupants and they appeared to be smoking something from a pipe.
2 troopers are already on scene, and Cooper has the extra equipment they need to test the truck's contents. All 75 pounds of it. 4 months ago, Cooper became the newest member of the Matsu Valley's Canine Force when he teamed up with 1-year-old Blazer.
Oh, that's such a good bull! Blazer's from Holland. He is a Belgian Malinois. He's able to apprehend suspects. He's able to track through woods, through any type of terrain and climate that we may need. He's trained in scent detection, cocaine, marijuana, methamphetamine, and heroin. Oh. Good boy! There's only 4 dual-purpose canines for the state troopers, so for you to get a canine is a feat in itself, and I'm just happy and lucky to be at this point. Hey, give me a drug dog, girl!
4 months into their partnership, the Valley's newest canine team already has multiple successful investigations under their belts. But tonight's call, a possible drug scene in the dead of winter, won't be easy.
It's 5 degrees, it's fairly dark out, and it's icy out too, so you put those combinations with a intoxicated person, bad things could happen.
Cooper arrives to find troopers Pete Frederick and Jeremy Hazenkamp already questioning the occupants.
I can't get any odors at this point in time, but you've got 20, 21-year-old and an 18-year-old.
Okay. Who's that?
Cooper immediately recognizes the driver,
Mr.
a suspect from a very recent stop.
I need to talk to you about your vehicle that I impounded the other day. Hang tight right here. So, you remember the vehicle? He was the driver of the... I just found heroin in the vehicle this morning when I served the search warrant. It was in the steering wheel. You remember the vehicle? He was the driver of the... I just found heroin in the vehicle this morning when I served the search warrant. It was in the steering wheel. You want to hop out real quick and talk to me right in the back of the car? I served a search warrant this morning on the vehicle. I think you know what was in the vehicle, and we have to deal with it.
But the man's warrant hasn't been issued yet, so Cooper can't arrest him.
I'll get a hold of you. Is your number still good?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything in the vehicle tonight that we need to be concerned about?
No.
Okay. Whose vehicle is this?
Do you believe in...
Why are you driving?
I have a driver's license. She has a suspended license.
Which one is...
The one that's like blinded.
Okay. Hang tight right here. Can I talk to you for a few minutes? Is this your vehicle?
Yeah, I just got it.
Where are you guys coming from?
I don't know. I was kind of like sleeping.
You were sleeping?
Yeah.
Why are you sleeping?
Because I'm exhausted.
You use drugs at all?
No.
Have you ever used drugs?
No.
You've never smoked marijuana?
Oh yeah, marijuana, of course.
Oh, I just asked you about drugs and you're...
Well, I have responsibilities that I take care of on a daily
Okay.
basis.
Who are all these people? How do you know them? And how well do you know them? is a known drug
I just
user.
met him.
That's a little weird, don't you think? To let some guy that you don't know drive your truck. Do you mind if we take a look inside the vehicle and see if there's anything in there that shouldn't be?
I need to talk to them and see if they have anything.
We could have them step out of the vehicle.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. Back in 1 minute, nobody out there. Can't answer.
With no consent to search, the only option left is Blazer's nose. And Blazer almost immediately signals for drugs.
So there's a positive indication on the vehicle. You got a weed pipe in the car? Okay.
But if I let you guys search the car,
We're already beyond that because you've already said no, and so from here we can't reverse course. You've already.
it's not my problem to deal with. I don't understand.
What is your problem? Because it's your vehicle.
I was just trying to save my ass.
All right. Well, unfortunately, you have some folks in, like the driver. He had his vehicle impounded last week as well, and lo and behold, he had drugs in the vehicle.
No, none of it.
It is what it is. Okay. I apologize. Things have to go this way. I might have to step back here.
Troopers remove all the occupants and seize the vehicle pending a search warrant.
You guys are actually free to leave.
Can I grab a different jacket out of the car?
Can I look through that jacket? Okay. I'll grab it. I'll grab it. I will grab the jacket.
Can I get like this?
No, you can't have anything like that.
Troopers give them all their cold weather gear.
Sure, a kilo of coke's not going to fall out of the blanket.
And send them to a nearby gas station to wait for rides home.
You gonna start walking to the Tesoro?
Yeah, just saying.
You have the only blanket.
Troopers impound the vehicle and will apply for a search warrant. Thanks to the K-9 unit, they'll be able to see this investigation through to the end.
A lot of times we suspect, but we can't go to that next step to get inside the vehicle for whatever reason. But having a K-9 just out here on patrol with us, he solidifies a lot of investigations for us. Sometimes they're going to play the gamble. That doesn't deter us from getting the job done at the end of the day.
The next day, the warrant comes in for the driver's arrest on the previous stop, and troopers charge him with misconduct involving a controlled substance in the 6th degree.
In the last 10 days, this male has had 2 vehicles seized from him. And both vehicles, K9 Blazer did a sniff on and indicated positively on those vehicles. That's not coincidence. That's a pattern of behavior there of controlled substance use.
If convicted, he faces a maximum of $2,000 in fines and up to 90 days in jail. 230 miles north, in Fairbanks.
What are you doing, mister?
Trooper Mike Munson is on patrol on the busy Parks Highway when he spots a dangerous situation on the side of the road.
Fairbanks 35 Bay with a man walking with a flashlight just north of First Badger on the ridge. Hey, partner, how's it going?
Good.
Hey, where are you heading to, buddy?
You down?
You gonna walk all the way to Fairbanks?
I just called my buddy and he said he was drinking, so I was just like, all right, well, that sucks.
Just gonna walk, huh?
Just, hey.
Okay. Hey, do you have your ID on you by chance?
No, I don't, sir.
No? Okay. What's your first name?
Huh?
What's your last name? 29 by name and date of birth. So is that what you're walking to, up on 17th?
Yeah, that's where I'm going right now.
That's a tough break, man. That's a long way to walk. Looks like 3 or 4 miles.
Yeah, before it feels like 30 minutes.
Yeah? Okay, well, you know. 10-4. All right, so what's your real name? You get 41 heading this way for 68. So what's your real name?
I'm not going to give you my real name because there's no reason to. I'm not bothering anyone. I'm not in harm, and there's no reason I feel that I should give you my real name.
Well, but you have to. You've been contacted by law enforcement. I could cite you for walking on the highway.
Oh, I didn't know.
You didn't know you were supposed to give your real name when contacted by the cops?
I didn't feel I was doing anything wrong.
Well, I don't know why you'd want to lie to me, though. I was cool with you.
Well, because I'm going to go to jail now.
Are you? Why are you going to go to jail? NCIC 2035. 29. Well, we'll check it out real quick for you. Definitely would appreciate, though, if you just tell me your real name the first time.
Yeah.
Then we wouldn't have to, play games like that.
Yeah, very true.
10-4. All right, partner. Go ahead and take one more drag and then turn and put your hands behind your back for me, okay?
Dispatch relays the man is wanted for violating his probation on an assault charge.
No weapons on anything like that in there? With him, not only did he have a warrant, but he had some information from other law enforcement agencies that said he was hostile towards law enforcement.
This actually really sucks, man. I want to run, but there's nowhere to run.
The man could now face an additional charge for providing false information to troopers.
It's definitely common. People wanted by law enforcement oftentimes give false names, hoping that we'll just take the simple information and press on.
Back south in the Matsu Valley, it's the middle of winter, when sub-zero temperatures and ruthless Arctic conditions usually freeze everything and everyone in its grip. But this year, it's one of Alaska's warmest Januaries on record.
The last couple days, it's been unseasonably warm. We've had substantial amounts of rain. It's causing some minor flooding. Generally, in a normal winter, we don't have to deal with that. When it gets cold again, we'll have some real problems on the roads with ice.
But midwinter rain isn't Trooper Lindbergh's only concern. As temperatures climb to a record-shattering 55 degrees, the region's numerous lakes and waterways are feeling the effects.
Today we're headed for Big Lake, which is a real popular recreation area year-round. We're going out on snowmobiles and going to make contact with people that are out ice fishing and out riding snowmobiles. I want to go out and check the thickness of the ice, make sure that people aren't getting too close and let folks know to stay away from it.
The air may be warm, but the lake is still 32 degrees, and to plunge into these icy waters can claim a life in just minutes. Lindbergh knows he's in for a slushy patrol.
My main goal today is to check the condition of the ice and make sure that it's not getting dangerously thin.
And soon enough...
Wow. Yeah, this isn't good. We've got some real treacherous ice conditions here. The ice is all honeycombed. This has melted substantially. This channel here, it's a thoroughfare. It cuts between two lakes, and people are accustomed to doing it. The ice is paper thin.
And the murky waters of this nearly 90-foot deep lake can quickly erase all evidence of man and machine.
Sounds like I've got some snowmobiles coming now. I'll go over there and make sure that they don't run on this here. Hey, how you doing? I'm Trooper Lindbergh. Good.
In the 3 days I've been home, this is the second time I've had a run-in with the law.
Wait a minute, this isn't a run-in. This is a good contact.
Oh, absolutely.
I thought maybe it was stopping us, let us know we couldn't go any farther because there's a lot of water.
Well, in addition to that, I'm going to tell you before you take off, don't go past those stop signs because there is open water there. There's snowmobile tracks that lead right through there. Don't do it. So there are stop signs there that...
go around it?
Yes, yeah, go right up on the road there. Yep, the road takes you right around there, so we don't want anybody dumping in.
These riders are thankful for the heads up and return the favor with news of an ice fishing camp they spotted on a potentially dangerous part of the lake.
There's a lot of water on that.
Is that where you guys just came in now?
Came in from there, yeah.
Okay.
It's probably 4 inches.
Is that right?
That's enough to get you excited.
Yeah, exactly. Thinking that you're going to hit 2 feet of slush.
You never know what you're going to hit.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, appreciate it. Have fun, enjoy, be safe. Let's run down there. Stay wildlife troopers! You all right? Stay wildlife troopers!
Wildlife Trooper Jimmy Lindbergh has just discovered a group of fishermen camped out on a rapidly thinning frozen lake.
How's everyone doing?
Good, how you doing?
A little bit moist out here today, huh?
Yeah.
Did you guys run into some slush coming out?
A little bit.
Okay. This definitely concerns me.
But after a closer look,
all right, okay, good.
Lindbergh sees that this section of ice is still thick enough to fish on.
All right, super. So obviously everyone knows that it's single hook, no bait, no scent, no oil on it. It's great job. And how big is that, do you think?
Maybe 20?
You think? Now, how long does it have to be able to keep them here on Big Lake?
Over 18.
It's got to be 20 inches at least. It's not that I don't believe you, but I love to measure fish. That's one of my favorite things to do, and I just happen to have my handy-dandy tape measure here. So how long do you think it is, partner?
20 to 21.
20 to 21? Okay. All right. So we're going to give you right there, okay? And we're going to stretch that out. Look at that. 21 inches long. You are amazing.
These fishermen check out, and Lindbergh heads back to post.
Thank you for being in compliance. I really appreciate it. All right. Have fun, guys. Take care, all right? Today we accomplished what we set out to do. I made sure that the signs were still up and posted on the channels on the lake. We educated the public out there, and everyone was out having fun, doing it safely and doing it legally.
Back in Wasilla's city limits, it's after midnight and the streets are quiet. when Trooper Darren Cooper spots a suspicious car pulling into a vacant parking lot.
Hello, how's it going? Alaska State Troopers, good. Where are you guys headed to?
I'm about to drop them off.
Why'd you guys pull in here?
I accidentally went too far. I was going to turn back around.
Well, you just pulled into a parking spot.
Yeah, because you were behind me. I figured you were going to come talk to me.
Oh, well, I wasn't behind you when you pulled in the parking spot. Why do all of you guys have blue paint on your hands?
Because we had a spray can.
Were you guys out tagging? No? I just find it odd that all of you guys have the blue paint. So what are you guys painting?
Blue paint.
Then how did you guys get the blue paint on your hand?
Spray painting.
Okay, what were you spray painting?
Plywood.
Plywood? Why were you spray painting plywood up there?
So I could cut out a box for my subwoofer.
You want me to believe that all 6 of you with 12 hands are working on a sub box that's maybe 3 feet by 2 feet long and wide?
Well, they wanted to say times.
Well, I think that you're lying to me. Come out and talk to me for a minute.
Cooper questions the driver separately, hoping he'll spill.
I can't imagine that all 6 of you would have this blue paint on your hands. So what's going on tonight?
Pretty much just chilling.
Okay.
Spray paint.
What'd you guys spray paint?
Just some plywood, like I said.
All right, the whole story about you painting a box, it's not believable. You can go hang tight back over in your vehicle.
The driver sticks to the script, so Cooper tries one of the passengers.
You come out and talk to me for a second, sir?
Yes.
So what's going on with the paint tonight?
I think it's spray paint.
Okay. What were you guys painting?
It's
You hit sub?
Yeah.
Screw
this, I'm not bad.
There we go.
Yeah. That's
What are you guys painting?
the big huge tunnel.
Okay. It's right there.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I appreciate you being honest with me and talking, okay? Go ahead and just sit back in the car and we'll go from there, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Now Cooper must decide the fate of this spray painting posse.
I was 17 once. I understand. I mean, I get that. I really do. But in the same sense, you got to be truthful, right? Just want to talk to you just for a second. All right, here's the one time that I could work with you guys, and this is the only time that I could work with you guys, okay? How much did you guys pay?
I only painted one. They just painted an S.
Okay. All right. Does it feel better to tell the truth?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm not here to jam you guys up and all that.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you guys are going to be free to leave here tonight, okay? But if for some odd reason they say you guys just created $5,000 worth of damage, then you guys are going to be stuck for paying the bill and or cleaning up the mess, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thanks, gentlemen.
Yep.
You too. I just want to make sure that I didn't tag up someone's side of a grocery store or something like that. These guys are obviously a little bit nervous that I was asking them questions about the paint. Basically explain, hey, this isn't the biggest deal in the world. However, it behooves you to be honest with us so it doesn't turn into something more than what it really needs to be turned into. And hopefully by that contact ending on a positive note, we'll have a different beginning on the next contact if there is another contact.
Back in Fairbanks,
35, we identified the other half. He's penalty on conditions of release. Found possibly 1056, and he does have conditions to not consume alcohol.
10-4. Right now we're responding to the Goldstream General Store. We've got a taxi cab parked up there who's complaining that his cab fare doesn't want to pay. It sounds like the cab fare's jumped out of the cab and is inside a convenience store. The dispatchers did some checking. Looks like he's on conditions of release not to have consumed alcohol, and just by talking to him on the telephone, it sounds like he's been drinking. Definitely time of night when you start expecting a lot of alcohol-induced crimes or infractions to start happening. So still a lot of unknowns. And ultimately, if he's been drinking, he's going to go to jail today.
but getting him into cuffs may not be easy.
Fairbanks 35, what was his 98 for?
Subject advises he will hunt down troopers and put them in the ground.
10-4. So he's got an officer safety locate on him, and knowing that he's going to be going to jail definitely changes things a little bit as far as how we can expect his reaction to us to be. He could turn violent. Who knows? He's in the store right now. Don't know how many other people are in there. He's got plenty of time to set up for us if he wants to try and cause any harm. Fairbanks 135, 1023.
Munson checks in with the cab driver, who's still waiting to get paid.
Good evening. Hey, sir, how's it going?
I stopped here and he went inside for a while. When he came back out, he wanted to see how much the meter was. It was up to 30, and he said, well, let me see how much I got. And he said, oh, I got $60. I said, well, that's about what's going to cost you to leave right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's just too much. I ain't paying you anything. Go back in the store.
And he's been there ever since?
Yeah, he's still in there.
I'll see what I can do to get you your money then, okay?
Yeah, I know he's got it on him.
Good. I'll go see what I can do for you.
I appreciate it.
Hey, who invited him?
Hey, how's it going, sir?
All good.
Yeah? What's the deal with the cab fare outside? Your cabbie?
Yeah, I just live a mile and a half away.
Oh, is that right?
And he's over here letting the meter run. I told him to go away.
Gotcha.
I'm supposed to be in jail by 9 o'clock.
I see.
I went to court this morning, and I've been in and out of court over a shotgun, and I do the same thing again.
Gotcha. How much you had to drink tonight, you think?
Huh?
How much you had to drink tonight, you think?
I don't think that's any of your business. I'm trying to get into jail because I went to court today, and I'm supposed to be there at 9 o'clock.
Well, I can give you a ride.
I've been here waiting on him and this and that, trying to get there.
I'll tell you what.
And nobody wants to come and take me to jail.
Okay, well, let's do it. Go ahead and turn around and put your hands behind your back. I'll give you a ride there, okay? I'll go and give you a ride.
You think that's really necessary?
Well, it is, yeah. Come on.
Right.
If you want to ride, I'll give you a ride. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest, okay? Put your hands behind your back. Can I see your other hand there, partner?
I got the red and the white, and you got the blue.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Let's go.
Put other stuff in your backpack.
I
How's
don't
that?
give a what you say. Take me to prison and bury me.
Oh, watch your step there, partner.
Okay.
Let's go down here and to the left, okay?
I believe in George Washington, Abraham Lincoln.
Well, you're quite the patriot. I appreciate that.
Munson charges the man with violating his conditions of release and misdemeanor theft. If convicted, he could face an additional 15 months of jail time.
Definitely a win-win here. He wants to go to jail, and we want to make sure he gets there. So this way, we won't have to pay for a cab fare. We won't have to worry about racking up any more cab bills. Happy days are here.
I'm a happy man. I've been trying to get into this jail since 9 o'clock. Trying to get in there sober is just out of the question.